Hello, this is Nice Wander. Well, it looks like the SB 562 bill is going to get blocked by the California State Assembly. Now, wherever you are in the rest of the country or around the world, if you don't know what SB 562 is, that is the California Senate bill for single-payer health care for California. It passed significantly in the Senate, went to the House Assembly, and before the end of the workday, right before the end of the workday on Friday, the head of or I should say the majority leader of the House Assembly, Anthony Rendon, indicated in a public announcement that the House is going to block it. His number is 562 529 3250. 562 529 3250. Now, I'm making this video on Sunday. The voicemail box is full, but you can try again during the week. Also, tweet him over and over. Let him know that that is not what the majority of the people in California want. Obviously, the Senate passed it significantly. You need to do the same. Then when it goes to Jerry Brown's desk, he needs to sign it. There are a few things to fix, but for the vast majority of the document, it is definitely in the right direction to get everyone covered. Remember, that's the number one thing, not how to cover the overhead for certain companies, certain special interests that have investments in this. The number one priority is getting everyone covered. And around the world, when it's implemented in the model that this bill actually is, it does save money, and it is overall more efficient, but even more so, everybody gets covered. Now, the reason why this is being blocked is because the conservative Democrats, as well as the conservative Republicans, they understand that this could move the country in a different direction, and the insurance companies, obviously, and the big pharma companies do not want that. Well, this is the will of the people. We're not in a democracy, folks. I don't know how much more proof people need to see that anything that's progressive or left just isn't what interests these bought and paid off politicians, let alone the oligarchs that really are running the country. And it's time to stop the denial. Bernie Sanders was right and wrong. He was right about oligarchy. He was wrong about the fact that we are headed to oligarchy. We're already there. Well, there was a Princeton study in 2014 that basically came to that conclusion, studying about 1,700 bills from 1981 to 2002. Look it up. Look at the Oxfam information that comes out every January. 8 people on the planet have as much wealth or more than the bottom 50% of the whole world's population. Now, you can't tell me that we're not in a global society that is in serious decline until there's some sort of waking up. As former Greek finance minister and economist Professor Yanis Varoufakis says, we're either going to live in a world where we are slaves to the owners of the machines and the robots, or we will choose to be the ones who will live the life of a world of Star Trek, where we live not for leisure, we still keep busy, but we don't need to live to make money to survive. And we can really, truly create the next renaissance and be productive and help one another and love one another. Imagine that. A real social environment. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that aspect of socialism? Are we going to go back to McCarthyism? Is that what you want? And how crazy is that when you look at countries like Russia, who are not the 20th century communist country that they were? You know, Germany doesn't have a Hitler as a dictator leader. I mean, what century are you living in if you really believe that a lot of this stuff is actually true and not just being used to put fear in you or to make you think that anything progressive or left of where we are is just not sane, when actually it has many of the answers to the many problems that we have. We're going to have this kind of discussion, well, we already have on the NOWMAN Show for about 2 years now, but also democracy at work. There are groups all over the country, wherever you are, maybe even the world too, or you can create one. Go to democracyatwork.info. I recently opened a chapter in Pasadena to where we can come together and talk about a lot of different things. I'm part of the Arete Media Productions, which is a worker cooperative where we all share in the important decisions of what it is that we do together. And we will talk about that, the model. Also have a little history lesson. We'll bring in guest speakers. Right now we meet at the Pasadena Central Library, but we will be moving to the Lamanda Public Library this fall. And a lot of things are going on. As far as if you have questions about Arete Media Productions, we'll have new websites coming soon, as well as Pasadena chapter of Democracy at Work. NiceWonder.net's even coming back. Oh yes, and you can see our first completed project together, which is the new intro of the NOWMAN Show. If you go to the NOWMAN Show on YouTube right now. But before I go, one more time, Anthony Rendon. No. And his number is 562-529-3250. It's interesting, that's the Long Beach area, South Bay area here in California. That's his office. Also tweet him, ANTHONYRENDON. This is, if you do this, you're going to have a lot of opposition. And again, on an up note, check the NOWMAN Show's new intro on the NOWMAN Show YouTube page. 25 seconds of sheer, pure, complete fun. This is Nice Wonder. Always, I love you.